Welcome back to the reality guys. I'm your host Brian, and today I'm talking The Later Daters. This is a new show on Netflix. This actually came out on November 29th. This is a fan suggestion to check this show out. Started watching it. I thought this was going to be, I didn't realize everything was out when I started watching it. And thought this was going to be like one or two episode release drop. And then here it is, there are 8 episodes in, the show's over. But I will say, I kind of enjoyed it. This is a show basically where older, mainly divorced singles are trying to find love again. And it looks like it's based in Atlanta, the Atlanta area. And there's a dating coach named Logan who is trying to help these people find somebody, match them up with. It looks like a bunch of people like participated in this project, submitted some videos about themselves, and I think like Logan matches them up. I think I didn't really do a deep dive into premise of the show because I was just watching. I was like, okay, I'm just jumping to watch it, just get an episode out there. Maybe I'll do it weekly, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. The characters on there are pretty funny, and it's very interesting to see like older people dating because they're very stuck in their ways. And Logan makes a couple comments of this, like while she's talking to some people in some of her confessionals, and just watching the behavior and like situational, like situation. This is situations that some of these people get in, and like how some of the women are like, "Oh, I'm not going to pursue the guy needs to pursue me. Like, even if I'm really interested, like he needs to do it." So it's just funny to see that stuff happen. And Logan's like, when on they go on a second date or a third date, like, hey, try this out for me, see how it works. But I would say the main characters of the show, like who we see from episode one and like kind of really follow all their dates. Anise, she's 62. She says she's been married 3 times, single for 20 years. Um, her husband passed away on like a work job, so she was going to raise her 2 kids, and then once her oldest kid got to 5, she was going to start going to night school. That had to be put on hold once her husband died, but she eventually does get her doctorate. So she is Dr. Anise. I enjoyed her. I thought she was. It's funny because all the main people I think are very different, and I think that made that actually a lot more fun to watch. And her daughter is pretty funny. Like when they're running through some of the singles, and eventually the person that she finds matches up with Willie, and they are still together, based off the end of the show. I didn't Google what they are currently, but um, I think after the third or fourth date that she was on, she finds Willie. Her daughter like was going through the pictures, called him a zaddy, and knew that this would work out. So looks like at the 2 months later, at the end of the show, there's a 2 months later uh, moment, and like they're looks like they're still together. So not sure if anybody knows if they're still together currently. Definitely drop it in the comments. I wouldn't be surprised, but because I like that they do keep everyone kind of local, so it is good to know. And then also another funny thing is the old people complain about traffic in the Metro Atlantic area, so that's also very funny. That had an impact on a date or two for some people. Another main character I'd say is Suzanne. She's 63. Um, she was married 27 years before her husband passed away. She had, I think she has 2 kids. Uh, Based off her daughter is involved in a lot of her dates because she had her daughter pick her up from the dates, and then she gets to meet the guys. She goes on like 3 or 4 dates. And like one of her, it's funny. I thought this was like a passing thing in the beginning, but she's like a big UGA fan, and she really hammers home that like the guy that she's with needs like football and be like into the Georgia Bulldogs. And one of the guys that she actually ends up with at the end after some like still dating, putting on pause, Avery. He was a good dude. I actually really liked him. I thought he was funny. He had some funny moments. He was 59. He was divorced as well, 10 years single, 3 kids. He's an FA. He had younger kids though, so that was something that Suzanne was a little worried about. And also like he likes Alabama. So Alabama, UGA, big rivals. But um, they were together at the end of the show, so it'll be interesting to see if they are still together currently. Again, like I can say, I don't really look at stuff up. I literally finished this show like 30 minutes ago. I enjoyed it. She went on to a couple other dates. I thought all of them, like she seemed very personable and like fun to actually talk to. So all the dates seemed to go well in her like situation. Like Anise had some weeks. Anise had some strange dates. Like her first date with George, just talking about if she got any work done, how many baby daddies that she had with her kids, are they all the same? And talking about like having a little ghetto in her, and it was very funny to watch. Obviously, it's probably not good for her, but just funny to see how some of the people are, even though they're on TV, they're still gonna like be who they are, and it was very interesting. The other main person was Nate. He's 56. He's father of two, married for 16 years. Really has a working relationship with his ex, one of his ex-girlfriends, Jazz. I think it was Jackie, was her name. I think it was Jackie. Jackie, pretty sure it's Jackie. She's involved in a lot, asked a lot of questions about his dates. At one point, the producers are like, "Why aren't you two together?" And he, it sounds like he's really picky based on what it is because I thought he had some really good dates um, with some of the women, and he like had these like crazy reasons, like his last date, Michelle, who he goes on a date with, but then eventually friend like puts her in the friend zone. She had like he he just seems super picky. He's like she didn't. He's like has a super neat house, and she was like, I don't mind a little clutter, and that was like almost a deal breaker for him. So yeah, it didn't sound like he really took a lot of Logan's advice. Like he had something good in a couple people, and then he still would like play the field, and then he would like go back to somebody. Like he went back to I think her name was Lisa. At the end, like that was the third girl he went on a date with, and she was like, I'm already in a relationship. So just too early to cut some of the things off. And that actually happened to somebody else as well. Greg. He went on a date with Kelly, I think her name was. She was I think it was Kelly. She was the one who was like a dental hygienist and was like a big wakeboarder or something like that. And he like didn't want to talk to her because the Metro Atlantic traffic, and it was like an hour. And then eventually when he talks to her, he like apologized to her. He's like, hey, I really want to like maybe pursue this. She's like, yeah, I have a boyfriend. So same thing's probably happening in current days time. But yeah, I thought it was cool. It looks like also I didn't really even realize this until I just Googled when the show came out that like Michelle Obama was a producer. So I don't know if that means anything to. I don't know. I didn't know if she's produced anything reality TV before. It was just to kind of I was like, oh, I didn't even realize that. And I'm sure it was in my face in the credits every single episode. Oh, another interesting person, Pam, 70, married two times, single 15 years. She like was in like a lot of her exes were one of them was like in a band and the other one, I don't know if she met on like she was a flight attendant, like flight attendant for like a private company. And she had all these stories. And the first day she went on with I think it was Robert. He he was like he was like almost like messing with her. Like, are you gonna learn? Are you actually gonna ask anything about myself at all? And just some of these people that were only on like for an episode and like with a date with somebody, I just kind of enjoyed their like they weren't really trying to hide for the cameras of like who they are, and I think it made it like pretty cool. Another person, Lori, 57, she was single, divorced, single for 15 years. She has two kids. She has two jobs. She like works with kids, and I think she's like a party promoter or like an entertainment something with like a magazine. She had like a lot of she had a lot of energy, and I feel like it's gonna be hard for her to find a husband because something Logan told her to work on is like you need to stop talking so much. And it really showed in a lot of her dates, and like she wasn't connecting. Like there was like she was talking to this like pastor dude. Um, oh man, I'm trying to flip through my notes here so I can find his name super quick. But like he like went to her birthday party, and like she still was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. Man, what was his name? Yeah, I think it was Martin, and didn't work out. She was like kind of really hung up on this dude named Felton that really wasn't on the show, and he like friend zoned her in the last episode. Uh, she had a couple interesting dates too. Like apparently she was like in the dating scene, and like a couple of the dates she went on had talked to her in the past, and including Martin. But like the one that was funny was Ty. Uh, I think it's yeah Ty. He like was into foot. He kind of didn't talk to her after their original date. I think it was in 2017, but like he saw her feet at the thing, and he was talking about how he'd like pay for pedicures and things like that. So that was pretty funny. Uh, it just I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, 8 episodes is good. Thought the premise is cool. It's always good. I think to see like some of these dating shows where they're not super trashy, but still kind of interesting to watch. Like walk through these people's lives, and like it was fun to like have. They had a couple question segments in some of the episodes with like the kids and like asking them about like some old things, and the kids would be surprised at what that was, and then like they'd ask like, do you use emojis and things like that. I thought it was a cool premise of the show. I would watch the second season. I really would. I don't know if they maybe move to another city or like maybe they could like kind of maybe do something like Love with the Way. It's funny because like this is the first season of this, and like Love is Blind's first season was in Atlanta well. So it'd be really interesting to see. I enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of the show below. If you did check it out, if you are going to check it out, I'll give it a little watch. The episodes are not very long. It's 8 episodes. Some of them are like 35 minutes. They're super quick. That's what I mean. Like I was not expecting this to be like a full season review. I was just started to watch one episode, was going to do it, was going to tell Bill about it, and then the next thing I know, I'm like watching. I'm like, man, these are like the next episode. I was like, oh, that must be next. The next thing I know, I'm on episode four. It's only been like because I'm watching it on like 1.25 speed, 1.5, and it's like only been like an hour or an hour and a half, and I'm already halfway, like almost halfway through the season. So I was like, I'm just gonna just bang this out and do this. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and I might be missing some people, but I don't want to make this super long. But I would give it a shot if you have not checked this show out at all on Netflix. And again, I did see it at the thumbnail. I just didn't. I thought it was like a like kind of like a bullshit show and not reality TV. I need to start filtering on Netflix like what's new on reality TV and maybe update my like list and stuff like that. But I do share it with my the I watch me and my wife watch on the same account, so it could be um, clouded with some other things in there. That's maybe why I didn't pick it up. But I enjoyed it. Check it out. Make sure to check out some of our other stuff. I should have Love Never Lies South Africa hopefully some point this week. Just haven't had a chance to watch. Just busy with work and just weekend kids and things like that. But tomorrow, I don't know if we have anything tomorrow. I think it just be Love Island Australia. I think is what we got on Mondays for now. But yeah, we'll have some big stuff on Wednesday with Ultimatum. We have Survivor. Survivor Barstool is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Southern Charm. We're always gonna have stuff like our big chunk of our week is in the middle. But again, awesome. Again, like I always say, please put show suggestions in the comments. I will always give them a shot. I will always do it. And if I like it a little bit, I will do a review for it. And this is one that I actually enjoy. So appreciate it. And I will talk to you in the next video. Have a good night. Peace.